sitting just in this position 1 year ago today, bowling Dana Miller-Mackey for that title match.
Last week, Nikki G successfully defended. Could that happen 2 weeks in a row? I'd like to know the odds on that happening. And right out with a little slash-o-matic. Leanne continues to strike.
Well, I'll look up those odds for you and have them next week.
Fine. I'm going to tell you what. They're like major league odds.
Yes,
doesn't happen
definitely.
very often.
No,
anybody ever
not.
defends.
No.
That's tough.
It's very true. Lisa Wagner in that #1 seed position. She's been there 2 times this year. She won both those titles. Very confident from that #1 position.
Looks down at the slide foot and had a problem there with the approach. She throws it right through the nose and leaves the 6 pin. She was fortunate to leave just the 6.
A little bit too much slide. You're not able to get the leverage. You also look down, take your eyes off your mark, and you miss it.
So much for that, right?
That's right. Kent Wagner, not able to be here this evening, is at home. Last night was his birthday. We want to wish Ken a happy birthday, and he's getting ready to hit 3 events out on the fall tour. Lisa Wagner's game 5-step, very large first step. She uses all of the approach. As you can see here, a high backswing, shoulders are square, and a lot of slide.
Footing a little uncertain, perhaps, in that opening shot. Let's see if she rectifies the situation.
You try to drop your heel many times when you're sliding too much to get yourself to stop, and it may appear that she dropped it a little quick.
Comes back with a super shot on lane 23. And so Leanne Barrette, who opened with a strike, will try and take the early lead in this one next week. The Los Angeles Open. Week after that, to one of the towns that you like to visit, Las Vegas, Nevada, and Sam's Town.
A chance to gamble away many more of my earnings.
Oh, come on. You've taken so much money out of Las Vegas through the years. It's...
Oh, yes.
I mean, you go out of there in a limousine. Who are you kidding?
Who have you been watching?
Yeah, Marty for sure has told me that that's not you. A double for Leanne Barrette in the first couple of frames, and she's done one thing tonight, Leanne. She's jumped out ahead of all 3 of her opponents, now make it #4.
Well, she's playing no favorites for any of them either. She's keeping the matches very even, 230, 230, 220, you know, nothing real big, nothing small.
Just enough to get the job done.
That's right.
A pair of multiple winners on the LPBT Tour here in 1990, both of them trying to win their 3rd, and match wits with Tish Johnson, who already has 3, and now Leanne is carrying the wall shot as well. And when you see that scenario, you know you are in deep trouble.
Normally you might see the 5-pin dice against the wall, hitting the 7 right here. The head pin's going to get against the wall, knocks out the 4, and the 2 comes back.
I was going to say the 4, 5, 7 was around for a while. That better hook. No, washout. Well, she's having trouble with the approach, it would appear. A couple of errant shots for Lisa Wagner, who finds herself behind in the early stages.
Lane 24, when you do have the problems with the approach, you can't execute well. That ball sliding, does not get enough lift. Ball does not make it back. She wants to hit left of the head pin, throwing the head pin into the 10 pin.
Trying to cross it over, and just barely misses the head pin to the left. So Lisa Wagner, with an open in the 3rd, now trails by 34. Not a desirable position when you've got Leanne Barrette on the line.
Lisa trying tonight to win that 26th title, as we mentioned in the opening, and become the winningest Pro Bowler of all times.
The ever elusive 26th career title, huh?
It's been hanging over her head since she won the 2nd title of the year in Hilton Head.
It's funny because I asked her about that. I said, Lisa, are you thinking about that? She said, not at all. I'm just out trying to do my job every week, and if I win and we go past 25, that's just terrific. If not, we'll go out in the next week and try and do better.
Well, I'm sure she's probably going to surpass 30.
I'm going to say that there's a real good chance that might happen. Right now, though, it appears that she needs to do a little work on the soles of the shoes to try and get a little better traction out there. That's been, I think, the problem, not so much the lane condition.
She did mention to me that she did have a little bit of a problem throughout the week as well. So whatever she did to rectify it, she needs to do it again here tonight. And quickly, because this lady right now is lined up with the first 3 strikes. She now has the 4th one.
An authoritative shot on lane 24, and Leanne Barrette, who started the title match a year ago with 9 consecutive strikes, must have a pretty good memory. She's trying to do the same thing here.
I really thought she was going to shoot 300 last year. She just looked like she was going to do it. She had it in her eyes.
Of course, you would have fond memories if you started a title game with 9 in a row, right?
I don't know. I never was fortunate enough to do that.
Oh, someday. How about a little help? Doesn't happen. The 7-pin stands, so what would have possibly been a run for an extra $100,000 from Kmart comes up a little bit short with a 7-pin in the 5th.
Leanne Barrette has 11 300 games to her credit. She shot back-to-back 300 games in Alexandria, Virginia earlier this year.
Not much that she does surprises me. Matter of fact, I think if she ever fully realizes what her abilities are, the rest of the ladies are in trouble.
Is that the time that I retire, huh?
Well, might not be a
bad idea.
Yeah,
Tour right now, Denny, is so strong. You know, so many
is.
young players coming up through the collegiate ranks, and it's the strongest it's been in the 12 years that I've been out here. But it's a lot of fun.
Well, I think if you're a competitor, you want to come out and face the very best players in the world.
Exactly.
This one right here has been voted by many as the top woman bowler anywhere on this planet. Right now, though, she trails by 43 to Leanne Barrette, who's just been a train here this evening.
Well, Lisa, I mentioned, was in a bit of a slump for her. She's ranking 5th this year in earnings, 5th in average, and 2nd on our point list. Normally, she's used to being in the number 1 and number 2 position in all 3 categories.
Looking bleak.
Trailing by 44 in the 5th frame. With the way Leanne is throwing strikes, I would say it's looking real bleak.
Of course, if you're Lisa, I guess you still have to take it one shot at a time, try and get